All right, AFC East, your favorite division. Let's start with the idiots up top right away. I'm so sick of hearing about this. By the way, Bill Belichick, great photo shoot with your girlfriend there where you did the whole ring pose, but instead of her showing the engagement ring, it was you showing your Super Bowl ring.
Nice.
Ridiculous. Anyways, listen, I keep hearing, the Patriots almost had no picks and they still won the offseason. Listen, they're still the favorites going in. I can't deny that. But did they win the offseason?
I think they made a great pickup when they got Brandon Cooks. Yeah. I think that's a great pickup for them. He's got speed. It's going to give Chris Hogan, a possession receiver, even more time and more one-on-one coverages in the slot position. They're going to put him back in the slot, and they'll get more production out of Hogan this year than last year. Stephon Gilmore. These guys gave him a 5-year deal, a 5-year, $65 million deal, $40 million guaranteed. They way overpaid for Gilmore. Yeah. That's why he's not a Buffalo Bill anymore. And I'll tell you, being a Bills fan and seeing Gilmore, whether it was in a 4-3 defense or a 3-4 defense, Gilmore is not a cover corner. Yeah. He is a corner that needs safety help, and $40 million guaranteed for not a cover corner. Yeah. That is not a win to me. They did not win in getting that deal. But let's see what Gilmore does in the Belichick genius system.
Exactly, because other than Buffalo fans, the entire world's saying it's genius. Of course, genius, right? Yeah, genius. Let's move on to Jimmy Garoppolo, and let me tell you something. I do believe that this guy's is a real deal quarterback. When the Browns failed to trade for him this offseason, all I can say is, but it didn't happen. I'm all right with who we drafted. Listen, they didn't trade him, and now they risk losing him in the offseason for nothing. Now, if they want to hold on to him and pull a Matt Castle, they can franchise him if nobody ponies up a trade for him. Now, again, that's what I think. Everybody keeps saying, like, Brady must have told them that he's going to stop at 40 and all this, and that's why there's no way they'll part with Jimmy Garoppolo. I just think he's good. Belichick knows Brady is one injury away from them having a 6-win season, and he wants to hold on to him. And worst case scenario, he was offered so much in a trade this year. I think like the Browns probably offered them 3 second-round picks or a 1 and a 2. He franchises this guy next year. Somebody's going to trade something for that contract, no problem. I think that's all it is here. I don't think there's this big conspiracy. I think Brady wants to continue to play, and I think Garoppolo is just really good insurance that Belichick knows that he can get something for him next year by tagging him, just like he could have this year.
If they wanted to get anything for Garoppolo, this was the year to do it. Teams saw him play. Yeah. They saw him produce. Yeah. This was the year for them to get anything. If he sits the whole year on the bench, he's got no value.
He's got preseason.
Now he maybe gets second round pick, but he's not getting 2 first-round picks like they would have after this year.
And that's the thing, though. They don't care about first-round picks, that team. They just care about Super Bowl.
But to your point, I think that Kraft and Belichick may have feelings or must have some feelings that this could be Brady's last year.
Yeah.
And awesome. That's why they're keeping on to him, just to see what happens throughout the year. Because let's face it, Brady's 1 concussion. Yeah. He's 1 hit from being done. Yeah. And I'm telling you, this Patriots wagon, it's coming to its last stop soon.
I hope so.
Its last stop soon.
Listen, we got to power through this.
All right.
Miami Dolphins, listen, they are probably one of the top 2 most boring teams in the league to me. I don't necessarily know why. They bore me to death. I don't even want to talk about them. So as a Bills fan who has to face them twice a year, can you tell me I'm right or wrong on that? And if I'm wrong, tell me why.
I don't like Tannehill. I don't think he's a big game player. He's going to give you average starts. The running back, J.E., yep. He is solid. Jarvis Landry's solid. Julius Thomas was a great signing. We'll see what they can do during the season, but I'm not sold on Tannehill. I think he's a good kid, but he just doesn't show up in big games.
All right, so we're going to skip my next Tyrod Taylor question, which is, would you trade Ryan Tannehill for him today?
No.
All right. Let's move on to the Buffalo Bills.
How about we do the Jets real quick? Or
I'm
do you
sure-
want to go to the Bills? Or
No, it's fine. I completely skipped the Jets.
All right.
My bad.
Well,
do the
I was
Jets.
going to say we can skip over them. I think the Jets with Josh McCown, I do believe you asked me the question, I think Christian Hackenberg will be the starter come week 1.
Okay.
I think they'll ride that train.
Yeah.
They don't have much for wide receivers anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They still have Matt Forte, who I think is overrated. I think the Jets could be one of those teams looking at maybe an 0-16 season this year.
Well, it seems like that's what they're going for. They're following the Cleveland Browns plan right up to signing the same 40-year-old quarterback. But I think if I'm Todd Bowles, I'm going into year 3 here. I didn't sign up for this nonsense. So if I'm Todd Bowles, Josh McCown's winning that starting job absolutely. And if he can stay healthy, they're not going to go 0-16. They're going to miss out on that number 1 pick. It's going to be interesting to see what that's literally the only interesting thing about them right now. So, all right, Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
Are the Bills better this year, Ray? Tell me why.
No Ryans. We have no Ryans this year.
I can't
No
argue with
drama.
this. Can't argue.
We are going to finally have a head coach that has structure. I love structure. And this Sean McDermott, I know he's a first-year coach. He brings a lot of experience with him. He is all about structure. These guys are going to have a better work ethic. They're going to be more accountable. They're going to be better prepared each week, I believe, as a team than with Rex Ryan. How many times did we see last year 12-man on the field? It happened constantly.
Yeah.
How can you tell me that your team's prepared each week when coaches are making these mistakes with 12 guys on the field? I guarantee you we will not see that in 2017 with Sean McDermott. That's how focused this guy is. Right. And I know you don't like this, but we're going back to a 4-3 defense. And I'm going to tell you, Andy, why this is so important. Last year, we had Kyle Williams lining up as an end.
Right.
We had Darius out on the left end. We were moving Washington into the middle. The guys were all over the place.
Yeah.
Now we're going to line up. Darius and Williams are going to be playing their defensive tackle spots where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
We got Shaq Lawson with speed. We got Jerry Hughes with speed. And with those two monsters running the middle of the defense, guess what that's going to do for those ends? Guess what that's going to do?
Yeah, you're right.
It's going to give them single coverage against those tackles. We're going to see more sacks this year from a Buffalo Bills front seven.
You heard that.
Than ever before.
All right.
Than last year. Okay.
We'll be fact-checking that.
Then, on defense, they got Preston Brown, Reggie Ragland, who's coming back this year.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo Alexander. Those are three great linebackers. You've got Ronald Darby.
Great. Okay.
They are good linebackers.
I like how I like your correction. I like your correction. Yeah.
Then we're going to have two solid corners between Darby and our new rookie White. And don't forget, Kate, in the offseason, the Buffalo Bills picked up Micah Hyde and Jordan Pryor as the safeties. Mm-hmm. These are solid safeties back there. So the defense is going to be much better in 2017 versus 2016. And on offense, we got Tyrod Taylor, which they're going to give him a little bit more latitude as far as getting out of the pocket and making things happen. They're not going to keep him in that pocket like the Ryans were trying to do. McCoy, Sammy Watkins, Zay Jones, Charles Clay, and don't forget Nick O'Leary. Okay, he's the grandson of Jack Nicklaus. Watch out for this kid, number 84. I think you're going to see some touchdowns from him this year.
All right, you're right. I hate the 4-3 thing, but what you're telling me is that your personnel is more suited for that in terms of a front. And fine.
And don't forget, Darius, I mean, he's good. Kyle Williams is getting later into his career, but they've got that second-year or third-year player, Washington, to come in and fill up there. That guy is a monster. So,
all right,
Bills are looking good.
Real quick, how many wins for the Bills and who wins the